Hi darlings, this is Christina, and today we have a few Chanel goodies to discuss. I have the new Chanel Rouge Coco Hydra Glosses, newly reformulated in 4 beautiful colors, and a new Chanel Le Tenue. There is a better actual name for this, but right now I'm just going to call it Le Tenue, but it's in the color Twist. So if you're interested in seeing these on me and hearing my thoughts on the reformulation, then just keep watching and let's get into it. So initially I wasn't super interested in this formula, and the reason why is because I feel like I've tried many different colors of the previous Coco Rouge Gloss, and it was never my favorite gloss. I think for a couple reasons. One, I didn't too much love for the colors except Bourgeoisie, and I thought that the lip gloss was a little sticky for my personal preference. So initially I just picked up 2. I picked up, what was it, these? I think these 2. Charms and Bourgeoisie. And once I found out I love the formula, I went back for 2 more, for Accessoire and Cristal, and of course I had to try the new Les Rouges du Ultra Tenue gloss. So this is in the color Twist, so I will compare this to the others that I have, as well as the Bourgeoisie previous Coco Rouge gloss formula momentarily. So currently right now I have on Bijou, so let me take this off. So what's interesting about these glosses is that upon testing them, one, the color options are much better than previous, and number 2, it's a thinner, lighter formula. So I feel like it truly is a nice hydrating gloss versus the other that wasn't super hydrating. I compare everything to the Kiss Kiss Bee Glow from Guerlain, but it is a pretty thick formula, so it isn't always like the best option when you're on the go, especially in these hot summer months. So I'm going to go over each of these with you, and we'll finish off with the Le Tenue and Twist, and I will tell you how I feel about them. Okay, so I think what I'll start with is the lightest. This is Cristal. Now, what it states about these glosses, they're instantly the Hydra peptide complex that smooths and hydrates the lips, providing a plumping effect along with antioxidant protection. Throughout the day, skin barriers strengthen through the camellia ceramides, which help keep lips moisturized. Adding the Hydra to the gloss is insinuating that this is going to be a more nourishing, hydrating formula, as many of their Hydra things are just that. So Cristal is considered a sheer sparkling pink with multifaceted shimmer. Cristal is really pretty, but it still leans very cool pink, like many things that I already have. So I will do a comparison of those at the end, because I feel like I wish this was more like a peach base, because if it was, it would be less similar to so many things that I currently have in my collection that the brands keep coming out with. And then we have Charms, which is a tender pink. It is definitely a very soft pink. You barely can see it on the lips. It's very, very, very neutral pink. Then we have my 2 favorite right now, which is Accessoire, which is considered a neutral beige, and then Bijou, which is considered a shimmering brownish rosewood. Bijou, Accessoire, Cristal, Charms. Okay, so now I will show you also Twist. So it looks like in the US and in different countries, we all got different colors. So I think in the UK and European countries, they got 2 other options. We have 2. This was the one I liked the best, Twist. So the 2 colors were Twist and Dance. Now Twist is considered a pink nude shade, and Dance is a redwood shade. So I have my favorites with the Le Tenues. I love this one. Actually, this is going to go into my everyday routine. I can already tell that this is going to be one of my top go-tos because it is so beautiful, and I think it'll be really pretty on many skin tones. We're going to save this for the end because you know those stain pretty long. So I think the first thing we'll do is accessory. Accessory. I'm going to do charmed because accessory is a pretty light color. Almost like your lip, but better, more brownish side. Charms is more pink, and I actually was surprised at how light this color was. It is lighter than my actual lip color. I thought it was going to be darker actually. This is Charms. Now, this one I like to pair with a lip liner, honestly, just because it's so light for my skin tone. Like I said, based on the actual packaging, you would think it was darker than what it is. Now we have Cristal. Cristal also is one that I would pair with a lip liner or lipstick. Cristal. As you can see, this leans very cool pink, right? So keep that in mind. It definitely has more of like almost like a lavender sparkle, a lavender pink sparkle. It's very pretty, but like I said, I would need to layer this for my own personal preference. Then the lip that I feel needs no help at all is Bijou. Definitely one of the best colors in the lineup. I think it's so perfect for many skin tones. It is like the perfect neutral color. However, it has enough pigment. It's very opaque. It has sparkle, but it's not nearly as obvious, I would say. It's a really pretty everyday wearable color. It's my favorite. Bijou. Now I feel like in the summer, the late Tenues are definitely something I reach for quite often because I don't want to fuss with my lipstick. I kind of just want it to be there to set and stay when I'm on the go or at work. I adore them. I think they're very flattering, and aside from flattering, they're just so convenient because they last so long. So Twist, I've been looking for like a pink color because I will show you the other colors that I do have, but nothing like this, and I'm so happy I added this to my collection. Now with the late Tenues, there's a lot of ways you can do this. If you want a very light color, you absolutely could sheer this out. And if you want it to do that, all you do is you put a little and you just use your finger and you just sheer it out. And it'll still keep that very long wearing color, but it's not as opaque. So it almost looks like a just bitten lip. Now, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give a just bitten lip, but in a more pigmented form so you can see how much I can build this up. And then we're just gonna wait until it gets tacky. Okay, we're there. And then you're just going to take the other side of the clear gloss, and that locks everything in for hours and hours. You can eat, you can drink. If you eat something oily, it will break down slightly, I won't lie. But for the majority, this will keep you going for hours and hours and hours on end, uninterrupted, looking just this beautiful. Twist. Okay, darling, so since we have that, let me show you all the late Tenue since we're on this tip. Okay. So what I'm going to show you are all the late Tenues. So my tried and true, I have purchased color so many times I can't count. This is the one and only Intense Caramel. And why I love this color so much, this is actually a recent one that I purchased, is it's the perfect neutral. So for my skin tone and so many others, it's the perfect slightly peachy brown neutral that just works so nicely. I can layer it with other like liners or glosses to just give this either a different look or enhance the look that it is. I just adore Intense Caramel. So now this is Twist next to it. So you'll be able to see they look similar, but there is definitely more peach and more pink to this tone. And then the others that I have really loved. Now this is a limited edition shade. These next two are. I'm actually out of one of them. So this is Caramel Beige. I'm going to put this next. It's pretty much done. But it was a deeper, really rich caramel color. Yeah, it's barely giving me anything. So it's not anything nearly as similar as Twist. And then I want to show you Light Mauve. Would think would be similar, and it's not. So I'm going to place that right underneath it. I'm going to swatch it here. So it's much lighter. Definitely has more of a more cool toned leaning pink, right? So we have Light Mauve, which no longer looks limited. It was at one point. And Twist. One that I really love is the Coral Pink color. I purchased this last year, and that is Coral Pink. So obviously not similar, and we didn't think it was going to be similar to Twist, but those are the colors there, and I just love them so much. This is all I need, really, truly. And if I could only pick two, it would be Caramel Beige and Twist. I think those two actually are the best, most neutral, easy to use colors. Like, look how deep this looks on me. And I don't normally like deep colors, but this one is actually really, really nice. But it is darker looking than Intense Caramel the more you build it, but you could layer less. Like if you put one swipe, it will be a lot less intense than this one. I want to show you Cristal. So Cristal is a pretty color, don't get me wrong, but a color we've seen time and time again. So I'm going to start with Cristal, and then we have the Coco Rouge Balm from the last actual launch, the Summer Nights collection. All right, let's put that right underneath. It's a different formula, but similar in tone. The Dior. This is the, oh, this is also Crystal Sparkle. Interesting. So this is like a Coco Rouge, like a lipstick. We obviously feel the sparkle more because it's a lipstick, but they're in the same wheelhouse. And then the last one, this is the Eadem Lip Softening Balm in Château Rose. This is kind of what I wish the Chanel Cocoa Balm looked like, because it's more of a peachy pink tone. I think that would be really pretty in a lip gloss formula. But Cristal, Sparkling Pink, Dior Sparkle, Crystal Sparkle, and the Eadem Château Rose. So those are all the comparisons I have for you. I love, love, love this new formula. One, I think it's very light, very easy to wear. I'm gonna actually show you just a little bit layered. Let's say I want to use the Cristal. Let me give you something that I would obviously use with something else, because Cristal needs a little help for me. So let's say I want to layer Cristal on top of my current gloss, and it cushions the lips so nicely. It doesn't break anything down. It doesn't have that weird sticky thing that happens with certain lip balms and lip glosses. It is a really pretty formula, and I'm so excited for this. Oh, I didn't show you, my bad. Actually, I have Bourgeoisie. This is the old Rouge Coco Gloss. I want to show you this too. I want to show you how much thicker it is. I'm going to put it right alongside. Well, you're not going to see it there. Let me put it right above Cristal. So it's definitely a thicker formula. I mean, Bourgeoisie was my favorite, and they still have it, and I think some people have reviewed the new one and it's slightly different, but the formula is different, and it's thinner, it's more glossy, more high shine. I really, really like this formula. The Twist is like a new favorite nude. You can build it up, you can intensify it, and I found that I can wear this on an everyday basis, and that's exactly what I want. You know, I just sheer it out a little, especially when I'm like on the go, and it gives my lips like this pretty blush color with a little gloss. It just looks really pretty and refined. So all in all, I have no complaints. I love all of these. I think the two colors I may have skipped, honestly, would have been Cristal and Charms, only because I have other things too similar, maybe not to Charms, but this is lighter than I thought it was going to be. So the ones I've been reaching for is Accessoire, because I think it's like the perfect neutral. I never liked the boy color from Chanel, and this to me is like the perfect neutral brown. It's like a neutral beige, and it just makes everything a little more neutral, I feel like. So I really, really enjoy this one, as well as Bijou is like it for me. Like, if I could only have one gloss, it'd be Bijou, because it's just that pretty. So darlings, tell me, have you guys picked up any of these Rouge Coco glosses or the Tenue? I just want to let you know everything I use is always linked down below. And thank you so much for supporting me with your views, with your likes, with telling me what you wanted to see. That really helps me so much with my very limited for time availability to film. So this one will be my second video after I do the best of. So if you're not subscribed, please do so, and I will catch you guys in the next one. All right, darlings, have a great day, a wonderful week, and I'll catch you in the next one.